I've just watched The Invite, and it's definitely a cinema film. Hi, I'm Chi Chi, and here's why. Now, this film is a sexy and funny film. I was surprised it had a 15 certificate because there were discussions about sexual practices that are definitely not for young ears. But I guess times have changed. This film, the way they shot it, the close-up shots, the intimacy, and it definitely worked very well for showing the intimacy between the characters. And I tell you what, there was this kind of atmosphere where there was this sexual tension, and because of those close-up shots, the acting, I mean, there was something about it, and I really, really liked it. So definitely that was one of the good things as well. The visuals, the way it was shot, I mentioned it before, but I loved it. And there was a good pace to the film. I have to say, you will stay engaged in this film from the beginning to the end because it shows, some amazing character transformations. Also, to add to this film, I'm not sure the origins of it, but it so felt like a theatre play. It was just these characters, apart from like at the, you'll see there's one scene outside. It was all done within one apartment, and that added to this. So you had this awkwardness of two couples in this space, in this one space. Nobody wanted to run out or anything like that. So I really enjoyed it, and it just kept me captivated. And I think because of the way it was shot like that, that was also why it was engaging as well. But definitely, if you like theatre, I mean, this is definitely a great sort of example of how you turn a theatre play into a film and execute it well. So I would say, yeah, I enjoyed that part as well. Now, in terms of performances, this has to be one of the best castings that I've seen for a film, so as well, in 2026. It was sublime. You had these four, Ed Norton, you've got Seth Rogen, you've got Penelope Cruz, you've got Olivia Wilde, who also directed it. So I'm still impressed you brought out such a great performance and was directing this film as well. But they just worked. The synergy there between them was fantastic. But for me, the standout performance was actually from Penelope Cruz, who gave this very sort of sexy, cool chick vibe. And I loved it. Her character goes through a journey on this film. And I think her role was quite a pivotal and memorable. And it's just I think what was really great, and I mentioned earlier about the close-ups, is that you could just see the nuances of the acting, the pain and so on in their faces. I loved it. I mean, this is such a great character study of people. I think it's an absolutely an expert masterclass in that. I think what I liked was they had such a juxtapose of couples. You had Edward Norton and Penelope Cruz looking like this very sexy, vivacious couple. And you had Seth Rogen and Olivia Wilde as this very tired looking couple. And what a great setup. All of them played their roles par excellence. Loved it. They actually did it really well. If you're enjoying this review and you'd like to join Chi Chi Cinema Club, hit subscribe. Every week, we're deciding which films deserve the cinema experience and which are better enjoyed from the sofa. So the film The Invite is about a married couple's unhappy relationship being exposed when they invite their frisky neighbours who offer a proposal to shake up their relationship. So this film, I think at the heart of it, is really about what happens in relationships when couples don't recognise each other, and they, you continue, because you're married, you think, yeah, you just continue doing what you're doing and not realising when you may have outgrown each other, when your needs haven't been met. And basically this is what happens when sex falls falls out in a relationship. It doesn't happen anymore. And I'm sure a lot of people can relate to the themes that come up in this film about trying something different to see if you can revive the relationship. But it's also it says a lot about society in general, and how it's kind of like keeping up appearances half the time. So it's interesting. So I think that, again, it was a very clever film in terms of how it was nuanced, in terms of Seth Rogen's character and how Olivia Wilde, how you begin to wonder why these two ever married. But you do get to hear a lot about that, and it gets you to understand why they are where they are. And I think that it's quite good. And I think there's a lot of people who will relate to the themes that come up in this film. So it always gets me thinking about, do you bring your, this is definitely, okay, I'm going to say this is definitely not a date movie. If you want to, if you're just meeting someone and you're going for a date, don't use this film. Excellent otherwise. If you're secure in your relationship, great. So in my opinion, this film is definitely a must-see film of 2026. I enjoyed it, if you haven't already got that. And it's a film from the first scene, you have these amazing character dynamics, and I think that works really well, and it's testament to the actors how amazing their performances were. It literally kept me on edge the whole time I was watching this. I'm talking about, I didn't want to eat popcorn. It was fantastic. There was so much going on. There was a lot of what I call cross conversations, and so much information was brought up that I genuinely want to go see this film again, just to catch up, because I know I missed snippets of the conversation, because they're all the characters are all talking, and there's little revelations, and then you start laughing and you're like, oh my god, they're moving on to something else. So that was absolutely great. Again, I loved it. It had the right balance of humor. It was great because for once, it's nice where you've got this, and sometimes some of the situations were uncomfortable, but also some of the other scenes were like, people were like, laughing. The audience were laughing. I loved it. I mean, I like it when you have full-on belly laughs in a film. Now, I think what was really fascinating here with this film, I felt that there was definitely, you could tell the benefits of having a female director in this film. And I think that's primarily because I felt like women's issues were brought more to the forefront here. I actually liked it. I think Olivia Wilde's character has all these sort of, has all these things going on. And I think there was so much talking about women's issues, about, expectations, things like, depression, things like, menopause. Great. Absolutely fantastic female angle, or the female eye on this. So I really, really enjoyed it. And I think that, for me, was one of the extra bits, and this is why I'm saying this is definitely one of the standout films, I am sure, for 2026. Who knows, I'm sure it will probably get picked up for some kind of awards, but for me, definitely, I want to go back and see it again. So what do you think? Do you agree it's one for the cinema? Let me know in the comments, and if you'd like to join the club for the next review, hit subscribe.